Well, here we are back at Keto Naturopath Kitchen, and all of my recipes are clean keto, so I don't feel I need to say that every single time that this is a clean keto recipe, because all of my recipes are clean keto. Most of them are dairy-free, however, today is not dairy-free. I'm doing an artichoke dip, and yes, it has cheese in it. I used to love making artichoke dip before we were keto, way back when we lived in Seattle and Carl was in medical school. I used to make artichoke dip all the time. So here is my keto version of artichoke dip. And I love artichokes because, as I've said many, many times, I'm Italian and I love artichokes. So I have a 14-ounce can of well-drained artichoke hearts. These are quartered, but it doesn't matter because we're going to chop them up. And so you don't want a big quarter of an artichoke in your dip. You want small pieces. So this is why we chop. You can chop it finer if you want. You can leave it bigger chunks, however, but chopped better than whole. Just put all of that in a bowl. Again, when you're scraping off of a cutting board, use the non-sharp edge so that you don't dull the knife. Oh, I love artichokes. Now to that, we're going to be adding our cheese. I have 2 ounces of grated Parmesan and 3 ounces of chopped up mozzarella. I only had the slices of mozzarella, but normally I would prefer the block and grate it because the block tends to melt more. I also have 1 chopped piece of garlic. Now the reason I weigh them is, look at, this is, and I grate with my handheld grater, and I use this side. If I had used this side to grate and said, okay, a half a cup, well, that would be a lot different than a half a cup of largely grated. So that's one reason that I weigh everything. So place all of that in the bowl. To that, we add about 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. Actually, it is, I have to put my glasses on for this. It's 6 ounces or 165 grams of mayonnaise. I make my own mayonnaise. And it's made with avocado oil, C8 oil, eggs, and it's absolutely delicious. We eat a lot of this mayo. And to that, we're going to add a dash of hot sauce. Now, depending on how hot you like your food will depend on whether you add any or you add a little. This is fermented jalapeno hot sauce that I made. We had a huge amount of jalapenos in our garden last year, and I had to try to find ways to use it up. I made jalapeno jelly, clean keto, of course. It's absolutely delicious with pork and chicken. And so I read about fermenting the hot peppers, the jalapenos, to make hot sauce. So I tried it, and I don't have any blog post or anything about it because I wasn't sure how it would turn out, and it's amazing. So with this year's crop, I will definitely be doing videos, but this is very potent. So a dash of this goes a long way. So you mix it all up until it's all well mixed in. There, that's mixed. You don't need any salt in this because the cheese is going to give you the salt. You don't need pepper because you have the hot sauce. If you choose not to do the hot sauce, you might want to add a bit of pepper to it. So then we get a baking dish and we spray the baking dish because there's cheese and it's going to stick. So I have olive oil spray, and we just pour the mixture into the baking dish. I have my oven heat preheated to 350 degrees, and we're going to bake this for 30 minutes. And it's going to be really hot when it comes out, so I might let it sit for 5 minutes, but okay. So in the oven for 30 minutes, we'll be back, and I'll show you how we enjoy this. Well, this is where I say, here we are, we're back. It's been in the oven for 30 minutes. I've just taken it out. And that would be true because I did just take this out of the oven and it was in there for 30 minutes. However, it's been a week since we were in my kitchen. Somehow the cameraman forgot to turn the camera on for the last bit of this video. He's making faces at me. So now we just had to make this again a week later, and oh goodness, we have to eat it again. Anyway, here it is, right out of the oven. Some ways I like to eat it are pork rinds, my focaccia bread cut up, and sliced cucumbers. It's a little hot, so... That is so good. I'll dip in a pork rind just so you see how that dips. This is a great appetizer for any party, dinner party, Mother's Day, Christmas, any time of the year. This is so good. Everyone will enjoy it. I'll have it with a piece of focaccia now. It's hot. How am I going to eat this? Other good dippers to use for keto, clean keto, would be celery sticks, bell peppers sliced up. Well, these are my favorite. Pork rinds, focaccia, and sliced cucumber. Oh, this is delicious. I'm so upset that I had to make it again, and I have to eat it again. This is just torture. I love it. So, until next time.